Hello there. I'm within the last half year, I've been stumbling across a lot of videos on YouTube that are actually dealing with German culture, German roads, German food, German anything. And one of the main things is, of course, the Autobahn. Simply because I think it's a worldwide unique feature that the German Autobahn has no general speed limit, and which is true. So there is no general speed limit on the German Autobahn. There is, however, a speed limit. There can be a speed limit applied to the German Autobahn. So the road I'm currently driving on is within the city, so it applies to the city limits, and we have a speed limit of 30 km. The sign you're seeing there means I have the right to drive. This is the normal sign for right to drive. There is the other one which is used more oftenly with a diamond, with a yellow diamond surrounded by a white frame, like this one here. And this is used more often, so because that means you're on the priority road, and of course on the priority road you have the right to drive. So currently I'm on a road which has a speed limit of 60 or 70, depending on where you are, in which direction you are driving. If you're going uphill, the speed limit is 70, I think. Oh yeah, it's 70 here. But there's a strip up there, here, behind me, that has a speed limit of 60. So this is not in the city limits anymore. I'm currently between two communities. The left one is Würzburg, it's the city, and the right one is Gerbrunn, which is a village close to the city, and they're joined together. So we are currently within, of course, the region of the city, but the city limits don't apply. You can go 60. Generally, we have 1, 2, 3 general speed limits. The first one is within the city limits, unless signs say otherwise, 50. So if we're very soon passing a yellow sign. It is called the Ortschild, and it marks the a road boundary of the city, and from the Ortschild on you have to drive 50 unless signs say otherwise. Currently I'm out of the Ortschaft, so normally general city speed limit of 100 km on normal roads, on country roads and stuff like that would apply. But of course the speed is limited here because it's still a city region and close to the city, and it's actually administratively it still belongs to the city, so we have having city limits. So we are allowed to go 50 here because we're in the city. Now we pass the yellow sign. And the question I want to ask is there another type of road with no limits except the Autobahn? Of course, everybody knows there is no speed limit, no general speed limit on the Autobahn. But is there another type of road? The other speed limits that apply is, if you're out of the city, I already mentioned this, is 100, and if you are on a 2-lane road with no speed limitation, out of the city you are allowed to go 120. And of course the unlimited default on the Autobahn. But the question, is there another type of road without speed limit? And I would like to answer this question because there is. And we're very soon hitting one of that. I'm not taking the Autobahn, I'm driving to my parents' house, and I'm not taking the Autobahn. However, I will hit a certain strip which has unlimited speed. and is not the Autobahn. So, and now we are going to the Bundesstraße, which is the federal road, but it's maintained like the Autobahn's maintained by the Federal Republic of Germany. And not yet, but we're still in the city. But if you're turning right, you see the B19, which passes, it's one of the three Bundesstraßen that's passing through Würzburg. It's the B8, the B19, and the B26. Is there one more? 13. Oh, B13. Forgot this one. It's also, I think it's starting in Würzburg. So, now we have two lanes. We are out of the city. So speed limit is, all limits are cancelled with this sign. So, we don't have any limit left, so we could go 120 by default. Until, be prepared. I think I can't do it because the left lane is occupied by those who are obviously not knowing how fast they're supposed to go. Oh, okay, he's making way. So now we are still limited to 120, and you see the blue sign over there. That means Kraftfahrstraße. We are on a two-lane Kraftfahrstraße with separation against the oncoming traffic and some halting bays. And this means this road is built, it's constructed similar to an Autobahn. And if a Kraftfahrstraße is constructed similar to an Autobahn, you are allowed to go unlimited speed. And that's the only exception, besides the Autobahn, where you can go unlimited. But it's only a very short strip. So, there is a speed limit sign of 100. I know there is an upcoming speed limit sign of 80, so I'm setting the cruise control to 80 and simply let it glide. And I brake a bit before the sign because I know they're doing measurements, sometimes doing measurements down there. It's a holiday today. It's so there is a low probability that they're doing the measurements, but I've also seen it on Christmas Eve, those measurements. So let's go 80. The road crossing is the A7. It's an Autobahn. I could take this one, but I prefer to stay here on the normal Bundesstraße. Yeah? And you see, it's still a motorway, but this time it becomes a one-lane Kraftfahrstraße, and with a one-lane Kraftfahrstraße, there is a speed limit of 100. And by the way, on this strip, bicycles are not allowed. So now there is, you see, end of Kraftfahrstraße. From here on, you have to expect bicycles, and there is a speed limit of 70. Of course, I know it by heart, but because I'm going taking this way on a regular basis. So, this is a place on the road which is not wide enough for 2 cars. And at this sign, when you see the round sign with a round circle and the 2 arrows, you have to give way to the oncoming traffic. If it's a square sign with the same arrows and it's blue, then you have the right to drive on these areas where it's, we call it an Engstelle, like a bottleneck. Yeah, it's a bottleneck, actually. If you have a bottleneck on the road, you have to give way to the oncoming traffic when you see the sign with a red circle and the arrows. And if you see, da kann man nicht nochmal ein Stück hier links fahren, du Arschloch, du Dummes. If you see a sign with a blue sign with the arrows, this means that you have to that you have the right to drive through the bottleneck. So this is a normal Landstraße. You can go 100 here, but not for very long, because there's the next village very soon. And by the way, the buildings we're seeing in front of us, it's a decommissioned nuclear power plant. It's these 2 cooling towers will be blasted this year. This could still be in operation because it had an operation permission until 2029. So would have been at the end of its life cycle in 2029, but it was taken off the grid in 2015. Was soll ich jetzt machen? Ja, ich sehe es! Ich sehe es! Hättest du mal ein bisschen vorher, warte mal, ich muss da raus. Hei. Und jetzt? Gib noch mal Gas, wenn du schon dich vorbeidrängeln musst. Grün. Na also. Okay. Out of the city, default speed limit 100. There is no speed limit sign, we can go 100. Blue sign, Kraftfahrtstraße, no bicycles on this road. Speed limit still 100. It's a single lane road. Autobahn, we are driving straight ahead. 80. That's the Autobahn junction here to the A7, like we had this morning. Oh, it's getting cold now. The air conditioning is working. So, you see the blue sign with the white car. It's a Kraftfahrstraße, 2 lanes, How fast are we supposed to go? From here on, 100 and no, unlimited. We can go unlimited. And again, I'm only getting up to 140. Nine will nicht überholen. He doesn't want to overtake. Okay, I will get back to the left lane because I would stay here. I would like to stay here. I just wanted to give him the opportunity to overtake me because I don't want to. So auf deiner rechten Seite. I don't want to block the left lane. Oh, like these idiots, for example. Okay. Okay. End of motorway. Now the default speed limit on here is right 120. Okay, I could overtake him, but I have to take the next exit. Würzburg-Lengfeld. Slow down. Direction indicator right. On the deceleration track, and now brake. And we can take it with 80, the curve, which is not applying to any exit, but I know I can do it here. So I'm doing it here. And that's it. Don't be an asshole! We want more ice! The most stupid slogans I've ever seen. It's for the upcoming EU election. Don't be an asshole. We want more ice. Power to the people. What is saying in English? Power to the people. Or another good one is voting. Voting saves lives. It's the most stupid election slogans I've ever seen.